Okay, I finally found the Reflectix after 4 stores. I did this last year and a lot of people recommended it, so I thought I would share it with y'all. This is what it looks like inside before. And there is a lot of heat that comes off of these windows. So I started by looking at the window and I noticed it had this little lip. So I decided I was going to measure it out to here so that I could just stick it in that little lip and not have to use tape. Unfortunately, this didn't work completely on all the windows, but it did work on some. But look how bright it is. So I'm just going to measure it first, and then I'm going to cut the piece to fit this big, large window. Now, since the corners are rounded, I'm gonna go ahead and round it off so that it fits in there. And this is what it looks like when it's done. All right, now that I've got the piece, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the window and put it into that little lip. This stuff is surprisingly really easy to work with. It's just really time consuming, so be prepared for that. Started with the big windows because I figured that was where most of the sunlight was coming in. But as you can see right here, this is the little lip that I was talking about. It just fits in there really nice. And then on this side, it wasn't sealing, so I just took some of the extra little scrap pieces I had and I just put it in there to kind of make it tight. And then this is what it looks like. So now I'm just gonna do the top piece. Go ahead and do the smaller window. This is what it looks like before. As you can see, very bright. And then I'm going to measure it. The smaller windows were much easier to measure and cut. So this window was a little weird because it had 2 separate tracks because of the screen. So it didn't stay all the way. So I just taped it with some painter's tape to kind of seal it in. Just because there was holes coming through the side and sunlight. This window, this is really as good as I can get. I'm still planning on wrapping this tube. This is what it looks like outside. And this is the difference it made inside. Again, there's a lot of sunlight coming from this tube, but I'm still planning on wrapping it. But it has made a huge difference. I've done all the windows except for the back window because it doesn't really get sunny. I have a little bit of shade back there, but I am still planning on doing it because a lot of heat comes from these windows. Very pleased with the end result, and it's dropped the temperature by several degrees inside the camper. Also, I'm night shift, so I don't really care that it's dark.